Hello students, welcome to my channel Science Shiksha by Meenakshi Sharma. If you are watching my video first time, then please click on subscribe button and don't forget to press the bell icon for more notifications. So students, in this video we will study about our next topic, that is nutrition in plants. As you all know that green plants are autotrophic. Autotrophic means they can synthesize their own food by the process of photosynthesis. Now, what is the meaning of photosynthesis? Photo means light and synthesis means to build. It means photosynthesis is building up by light. So now we will study photosynthesis in detail. So first look at the equation here. Carbon dioxide plus water in the presence of sunlight and chlorophyll. Glucose is formed in the plant, which is stored as a starch, and oxygen is released in the air and water is also formed. So we can define photosynthesis as a process by which green plants make their own food like glucose from carbon dioxide and water by using sunlight energy in the presence of chlorophyll. So it can be also described here in the picture. Carbon dioxide plus water in the presence of light and chlorophyll in the leaf, sugar is formed and oxygen is also released. So now again the question arises where this chlorophyll is present in the leaf. So chlorophyll is present in the leaf in a special structure known as a chloroplast. So in the next slide I am going to explain you what is the structure of chloroplast and where does this photosynthesis takes place. Chloroplasts are the green colored bodies that are present inside the plant cells. And in these chloroplasts, the chlorophyll is present. In fact, the leaves of a plant are green because they contain the tiny green colored organelles called as chloroplast, which contains the chlorophyll. So here in the diagram, there is a structure of leaf showing the chloroplast. So first of all, look at the diagram and see first is the wax cuticle that is present at the upper side and also at the lower side. So this wax cuticle cover the upper epidermis and lower epidermis, both the parts, and this wax cuticle prevents the transpiration. Transpiration is the loss of water in the form of water vapors. It means it prevents the extra loss of water. So now after upper epidermis, or you can say in between the upper epidermis and lower epidermis, there is mesophyll. Mesophyll are of two types. Palisade mesophyll that are rectangular in shape, and second is the spongy mesophyll which are irregular or oval in shape. So both types of mesophyll contains the chloroplast. Chloroplasts are shown here with the green colored dots inside the palisade and spongy mesophyll. So now look at the lower epidermis, that is sixth point here, lower epidermis. There is a stoma, that is the tiny pore that is present in the lower epidermis, which helps in the gaseous exchange as well as the exchange of water during the photosynthesis as well as during the respiration. So the guard cells with chloroplast, this is seventh number. So the guard cells are present in the stomata, and guard cells also contain the chloroplast. So chloroplast contain the chlorophyll. It means that these mesophyll cells and even the guard cells perform the photosynthesis. So this is the structure of leaf that is showing the chloroplast. Now we will study the structure of chloroplast in detail. I will tell you where is the chlorophyll present inside the chloroplast. So look here in the diagram. There are two membranes present in the chloroplast. One is the outer membrane, another is the inner membrane. And between the two membrane there is an intermembrane space that is empty. That means chloroplast is a double membrane structure. So inside the chloroplast you can see that there are coin like structure and these are stacked. That means a single coin is known as a thylakoid, and when these coin like structures stacked on one another it forms the granum. So single structure is labeled as a thylakoid, and when these structures get stacked this is known as a granum. Now the two thylakoids are connected by the help of a tube-like structure that is known as a lamina. Okay, and inside the thylakoid it is also a empty structure that is known as a lumen. And look at the picture, there is one more thing that is labeled, that is stoma or aqueous fluid. So this stoma is a dense fluid that is present inside the chloroplast. So in this structure the main thing that we want to know, that where is the chlorophyll present. So look here, inside the thylakoids, these coin like structure, inside the thylakoids chlorophyll, that is the green color pigment, is present. So here in the thylakoids actually the photosynthesis takes place. Now the question is, how do plants take carbon dioxide? So there are large number of tiny pores called stomata on the surface of leaves. The carbon dioxide gas enters the leaves of the plant through stomata present on their surface. Now each stomatal pore is surrounded by a pair of guard cells that can be kidney shape or bean shape, or they can be dumbbell shape. So here in the picture you can see that the stomatal pore is surrounded by a bean shaped guard cells. So the opening and closing of stomatal pore is controlled by the guard cells. So in the first picture you can see here that stoma is open, and in the second picture the stoma is closed. So if we look at the first picture you can see here that in the guard cells there are chloroplast. There is also a cell wall surrounding the guard cells. And here in the picture water enters the guard cells. When water enters, the guard cells become swollen and the stomatal pore becomes open, so that the carbon dioxide gas enters into the stomata. And in the second picture, stoma is closed. Here what happens? The water leaves the guard cells. That's why the guard cells shrunken and the stoma gets closed. So in this way the opening and closing of the stomatal pore is controlled by the guard cells, and there is exchange of carbon dioxide takes place. I have already defined you the definition of photosynthesis, that it is the formation of carbohydrate or glucose in the plant from carbon dioxide and water in the presence of sunlight and chlorophyll. So there are few steps of photosynthesis. First is the absorption of sunlight energy by chlorophyll. Second is conversion of light energy into chemical energy and splitting of water into hydrogen and oxygen by light energy. And third and last step is reduction of carbon dioxide by hydrogen to form carbohydrate like glucose by utilizing the chemical energy that is obtained by transformation of light energy in the second step. So these are the three steps of photosynthesis. In desert plants, photosynthesis takes place in different way. The three steps involved in photosynthesis need not to take place one after the other immediately. They can take place at different times. For example, desert plants take up carbon dioxide at night and prepare an intermediate product, which is acted upon by the sunlight energy next day to form the carbohydrates. So, in desert plants, the three steps that are involved in photosynthesis are not taking place one after the other immediately. If you have any query, you can ask me in a comment section. And don't forget to like, share, and subscribe for more videos. Thank you for watching.